Have you ever met a psychopath? This was my experience when I was on a road trip. One day, I was going to my grandmother's house, which is 7 hours away from my house. To get to my grandmother's house, I had to go through several villages, which mainly had country roads. I started my journey from my house at around midnight because I wanted to surprise my grandmother in the morning for her birthday. And so I took my car, and I was out on the road, driving. I would say around halfway through my journey, I heard my tires screeching. I was so pissed to see that all four of my tires were completely slashed. I was wondering who would do this to me because I knew that it was more than unlikely that all four tires of my car would become flat at the same time. This was the time when phones were not a thing, so I couldn't call the police for help. So, feeling annoyed, I was waiting on the road in hope that someone coming from the other side would help me. I would say after waiting for about an hour, I was able to see the headlights of a car from a distance. I walked to the middle of the road and waved at the vehicle to force it to stop. At first, I thought the driver was going to stop right in front of me, but then I realized he was approaching me at a faster rate, as if he wanted to run me over with the car. Eventually, he stopped a few meters ahead of me. Then he made a gesture signaling for me to come to his car. Being naive, I explained my situation to him and told him that dropping me off at the nearest car service or police station would be of great help. All of a sudden, the man took out a napkin from his pocket and covered his hand over my mouth and my nose. I was about to punch him after removing his hand from my face, but he was strong. Soon, I passed out and everything in front of my eyes was completely black. After a while, I woke up and saw that he was not in his seat. I was in his car with the door on his side open. The car was parked in a clearing surrounded by tall trees and bushes, and all I could see was a thick forest ahead of me. Then, I noticed that this man was at his trunk by looking at the side mirror. I was able to see that he was holding something in his hands. I couldn't quite make out what it was because it was too dark outside. But then, as he took some fast steps and approached my side, I was able to see the sharp edge of an axe. Then, he came in full speed and broke down the window on my side like a maniac. I took this chance to hop onto his seat and drive away as fast as possible. I saw him chase after me for a while, but he couldn't keep up for long. I completely knew that this man was crazy. He must have been an idiot who thought that he could get away with kidnapping someone, or even worse. Now that I think about it, he must have been a psychopath looking for a prey, and maybe slashing my tires was part of his plan to do God knows what he wanted with me. If I hadn't reacted fast that night, I would have probably not been alive to tell you this story.
Attention, dispatch, this is Officer Johnson requesting immediate assistance. We have a psychopath on the loose in Sector 12. I repeat, psychopath on the loose in Sector 12. Suspect is armed and dangerous. Proceed with extreme caution.